Guys, emergency video. Please watch everything I'm about to talk about in this video because there's so much going on. Silver's crashing down, CZ shilling, the DXY. We have a buy signal on the DXY. SpaceX absolutely rug pulled. We've got so much to talk about in this video, and BTC literally is about to break back into the 50s as we speak. So let's get into it. First of all, we have been smashing it on copy trading this month. So you can see we're now in the highest copy as P&L. I've currently made this month around $14,700 trading crypto, and it's around 91.6%. Assets under management, I have around 67,000, and our max drawdown is 8.92%. So doing very, very well on Blowfin. If you want to copy trade, head over there. Just a heads up, I'm not the best leverage trader. We've just made some good calls recently, and over the last 90 days we're doing pretty well, but I'm not the best leverage trader. And I did post this on my X the other day saying that if I was copy trading me and I went on a good run, what I would personally do is take out my initial at 2x, right? So if I put 1k in and I'm up to 2k, I'll take out my initial, then it's free money and I can't lose, right? But just a heads up, leverage trading is very, very risky and anyone can lose their money at any time, okay? So there's nothing wrong with sticking to spot, not financial advice as always. We're doing really well, which we're shorting a lot at the moment. You can see my trading over the last 90 days, and we've managed to smash it over the last 60 days or so. And yeah, we're up to 15,000 now on dollars. Win rate 68.8%, and then max drawdown 8.9%. So head over to Blowfin. You'll see me if you search on copy trade. You'll see me on highest copy as P&L, and you can copy trade over there. So BTC, you guys follow the channel. I'm not going to waffle on about it. We had a yellow topping candle down here. We came down to support, final bounce to all-time high, which lines up with what happened last cycle. Went up to 120, 125k, and yellow topping candle here, hit resistance, and the rest is history. We've been in a downtrend since. We had a sell signal from the SMC bot to confirm that the trend was finished and we were over. We've still not had a buy signal from the SMC bot on the weekly time frame. Came back to the SMC weekly here. Perfect retest. Again, if you took that, congratulations, because we short on the way down. And then when it flips into a buy signal, we then start to take long positions. We came back to the SMC here. Again, hit resistance, straight to the downside. Until the trend shifts, we should potentially continue to do this, right? We come down, we retest the SMC weekly, we go down, right? That's how downtrends tend to happen. And the SMC bot has been absolutely amazing at helping us navigate through this market. You can see here, we even had a bright green bottoming candle here. You can see on this legend here, you see bright green indicates that you might get a bounce here. And what a bounce that was. It flashed around 66k and the price went all the way up to 83k. So again, we were taking some long positions here. We did take some longs, and we also hit a lot of stop losses, right? It wasn't easy. All of these scam pumps and dumps and scam pumps and dumps, but overall, if in doubt, zoom out. The weekly, I love to look at the weekly because it gets you away from all of this daily, 4 hourly, we're going up, we're going down, especially when you've got people like CZ that are out shilling everything, right? CZ, I posted this on my X. How fun is this? It literally played out on the 19th of June. So what was that, 5 days ago? I posted saying CZ is talking a lot all of a sudden. This week alone, he's been discussing banks buying, a coming wave of AI agents, and one of the key things he said that made me laugh was adoption is arriving sooner than most expect. Okay, almost to say as if he knows something you don't know and you're going to miss out, right? Trying to create FOMO. The last time I remember CC becoming unusually vocal was right before one of the biggest collapses in crypto history. Not saying history repeats, just saying I pay attention to the patterns. One of the best indicators is CZ. It's like, I don't know, when they need liquidity or they want to try and suck in some longs into the market and get people bullish, you'll normally see them talking a lot. Larry Fink does the same thing sometimes. You'll see Larry doesn't say anything. All of a sudden he comes out of nowhere and starts chilling. And we often see the market do the opposite of what they're talking about. So As I always say, watch what they do, don't watch what they say. This is why we go on chain. This is why we track their accounts. This is why we're looking at all the inside info on chain, trying to find out what the insiders are doing, what the institutions are doing, what the smart money are doing. And then on top of that, we have the SMC bot to help us navigate. So when I see the smart money are selling and we start to get these yellow topping candles, it's perfect confluence for me to start looking for shorts, right? And the opposite as well, when we start seeing smart money buying in the bear market and we start to see these green bottoming candles on the monthly or weekly time frame, then it's a sign for me to wake up. Almost in 59k, baby. Let's go. I hope you guys are printing. If you've been following the channel, you should be. Even silver is following what we talked about. I think I posted it yesterday or the day before. I said we had a sell signal flash on silver. It hasn't confirmed, but it is looking like it's going to confirm. And we broke down out of this pattern exactly what happened the last time silver made the same move. Great buy signal from the SMC bot down here at 23, went all the way up to 120. Yellow topping candle again from the SMC bot, indicating that you might be topping out here, and then straight into a downtrend. And this is, if history repeats, we're going straight to 46, right? If history repeats, it's a 62% drawdown straight to 46, and that would literally be repeating history to the T. If that's correct, we then bounced off this level, got rejected here, and continued a slow bear market. We're seeing more confluence now as well. We're starting to get a buy signal from the SMC bot on the dollar, okay? So even back in June 25 here, we didn't have any signals. So it's been over a year now of consistent consolidation here, and now we're starting to see a buy. So this is a major signal, guys, because it's been 12 months with no signals, and now all of a sudden the SMC bot is printing a buy signal on the dollar, and it's not confirmed yet. It confirms in 6 days and 7 hours, but I would take this as a major sign that we are starting to see some kind of a shift here, as well as we're seeing silver come down. Okay, so we're seeing silver come down, we're seeing the dollar starting to rise, and now we're seeing assets as well starting to collapse, right? It all seems like there's a massive exit liquidity rush right now to get out of the market and start to go risk off into the stables or the US dollar or whatever. SpaceX 158. Congratulations again if you took this trade, because we were talking about how overvalued it was. We had a yellow topping candle around 208. I think I'm around 250% in this short. Planning to hold it open. I've already talked about SpaceX, so I won't waffle on about it again, but I expect it at least to come down 70%, as most IPOs do. SpaceX is incredibly overvalued, incredibly overshielded, was sold to retail, so they reduced the buy-in price from 200k to, I believe, I don't know if it was 2k or 20k, but they dropped it massively so that retail could get in. What's the reason you would do that? Usually, this is speculation, but usually because you want exit liquidity, right? So I'll be very surprised if this doesn't continue to trend down over time. Are these things going to go down in a straight line? Normally, no, right? Of course, we saw Trump coin. Anything's possible. Trump just literally done this. Normally, no. Normally, you're going to get some bounces, and you're going to get some sort of a trend line. The SMC bot, again, is probably going to help us on SpaceX navigate this trade. 70% is conservative for me as well. $70 is conservative. Maybe I'll take 20% profit off the table here. It could go down 80, 90%. It could push down to the $50, maybe even lower. And today it's 157, so I think it's going to get pretty dirty. We know that the tokens aren't released until August, so the first batch of early investors get their tokens in August. Right now, there's a low flow, and until those tokens are unlocked, we're in no man's land right now. When those tokens get unlocked, early investors are going to be in huge profits, because a lot of the early investors and insiders didn't get in at 150 or 130. Some of them are up 100x even today, okay? This 20% also is now updated because it had an incredible pump on launch. There was a clause in the contract that said if it increases after the IPO by 30%, then there'll be an additional 10% unlocked. There'll be an additional 10% unlocked on August the 11th. Now, I don't think the clause said it had to hold its price. I'm pretty sure The only clause was if the IPO does over 30%, those tokens will be unlocked. So there was a massive incentive there for it to pump on launch and for people not to sell, especially early investors and whales and institutions. So it's going to get bloody. It's going to get nasty. And then you've got August 11th, 21st, September 10th. You know, these unlocks are really going to hit. November 9th, 28%. Okay, so we might have to get through this November 9th to really feel max pain. And then as we go into next year, sort of start of next year, we might start to pass that max pain level. What else we need to talk about? BTC we have already talked about, 60.4 right now. We've talked about my copy trading account. I think we're pretty much done, guys. Shorts I'm in loads of different shorts. If you want to see, you can check my copy trade account. What WLD doing really well. I'm trying to short things that are massively overvalued. WLD was rallying because of the open AI hype. Now that SpaceX is completely rug into the ground, people are starting to lose interest in that WLD stroke open AI IPO hype. And the worse SpaceX does, the worse WLD is going to do. I think it was a bit of a stretch buy in WLD anyway, because it's an absolute S coin. And I don't know anyone who signed up for that crap. I don't understand it, because, you know, this space is about decentralization, not about centralization. So I never liked it. I've been shorting it from day one. And I think this is going to absolutely tank as we go into the rest of the bear market. I think it's going to go back below. I think it had support at 24, 25. So, you know, it's still got to come down 50, 60, 70% just to get back to support. And I think it's going to go below that, especially after OpenAI finishes. So I think this is going to tank. So I'm holding this open for probably a few months as we go into the bear market. BTC, still short. 172% on that short, looking very good. Plan to hold this open too. Solana 196, plan to hold this open well, probably down into the 50s, 40s as we continue to go into a bear market. We saw the usual posts on socials from the largest accounts, buying more Sol here. Definitely a Sol's bottomed, and you know, Sol's bottoming as usual. We just see these things completely tank to the downside. Big up the squad, big up Spicy Peanut Butter, 146% on that BTC short. GG's. I think you roughly got in where I got in. Took a 30x short, same as me. GG's, bro. Who else have we got in here? Filthy, man, absolutely filthy. 3,585% on that Atom short. That's crazy. 35x. So that's like 1k to 35k. And I think in a few days, right? 24th of June. Oh, no, that's today. I don't know when he took that trade, but probably not. It was when it was shared, right? GG's, bro. Insane gains. Big up Tom of Norway, 70% on that hyperliquid short. I hope you guys have been printing on your shorts. Some people don't like to trade, and I understand that. I have some people DM me saying, what should I do? First of all, I can't tell you what to do. You can see some more of my shorts here, Trump short. I can't tell you guys what to do. What I can tell you guys is that if you don't find value from trading, look at this from Griff's 916%. If you don't feel comfortable trading, you don't enjoy trading, or you're making consistent losses, you've answered your own question, right? This takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of emotional control. It takes a lot of strategy. Even myself, I've made a lot of money leverage trading, but I've also lost a lot of money from those profits, right? Not my own money, but I lost a lot of profits. Back in the bull run, I was making hundreds and hundreds of thousands. All of a sudden, when we were long in BTC, I said I'm longing up to 100k, and then I'm taking profits. And you know, I made hundreds of thousands long in, and then I lost like 10k, 20k. I would lose on trades, because the market is very hard to predict, especially when you have a lot of manipulation going on from BlackRock or CZ or whoever. And the market can be very risky. So you will soon know if it's for you leverage trading. But if you're not leverage trading, it doesn't really matter, right? At least you're on the right side of the tracks, because if you're just sitting out of the market right now, let's say you sold your portfolio, right? Because we had the yellow topping candle sell signal from the SMC, but you sold. Do you know the amount of people who were buying 103k, DCA, Grant Cardone, all of these large accounts who were buying, Tom Lee, Michael Saylor, just buying, and they're just buying, they're just losing. Every time they've bought, they've lost, right? Everyone who DCA'd into Solana and just kept buying more, they're losing money every single time they buy, and we've still not had a buy signal from the SMC bot. It's been very simple for us, right? We haven't had a buy signal. Why on earth would we try and catch a falling knife? People were buying 200, saying it's bottomed at 200, right? How much are they down now? Over 50%, over 60, 70% down from that. People were buying here, saying it's bottomed, and now we're almost at $67 on Solana. Yeah, it's crazy, guys. So, even if you're not trading and you're looking, seeing people are making gains, at least you sold your crypto, right? At least you took profits out of the market. Some people didn't even take profits. They held all the way down because they were convinced that we weren't going into a bear market, right? They said Kevin Warsh is going to cut rates. What happened? Warsh is now looking at 3 rate hikes. They said CZ said it's a super cycle. Brian Armstrong said he's long BTC. You're all exit liquidity for these guys. And if you have got wrecked or you've got hit hard this cycle, you're learning. The best way to learn in this space, it sounds ridiculous, but the best way is to lose. And once you lose, you're like, okay, I need to understand this game. I need to figure out how it works. I need to analyze the data. I need to get used to some of the signs, because the things I know, like somebody said to me in my group, why is this bad? CZ's saying that the banks are buying BTC, a coming wave of AI agents, adoption is arriving sooner than most expects. To me, it's ridiculous, right? It's an obvious sign to maybe increase my short positions, but to someone who's new, they don't have the experience, right? And that's why people join a group, because I've got 6 years of being on this every single day, tracking the market, looking at every single day, all of the news every day. We even have a news section in the Discord where we see all the news in real time, right? I literally go in here every single day and I look at every single headline to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Sometimes I've seen little things on here that have made me hundreds of thousands, right? I've seen a piece of news and like the CZ post, and it's given me more confluence to increase my shorts or hold my shorts. And that's why people join a group, right? That's it for now, guys. If you do want to join a group, maybe you want the SMC bot in your own trading view. So you can get this in your own trading view. It gives buy and sell signals on assets, silver, BTC, even the US dollar, right? It even gives buy and sell signals on the dollar and on all stocks. If you want to get this in your own trading view, it works inside a free trading view, so you don't even need a paid trading view, and it snaps to grid. You literally look at the asset you want to look at, and it will snap to grid. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. You don't need to be a genius to use it. Head over to my X, so head over to my Twitter, search this bottom one, not the top one. Click this link, and that will take you to a page where you can join the Patreon. In the Patreon, you do need Discord. So I had a lot of people say, are you working in Patreon? No, we work in Discord, but you have to join the Patreon first. Then there'll be a link to join the Discord, and that's it. Once you're in the Discord, you're in the Discord. And you can see all of my portfolio, what I'm buying, when I'm selling. I do not buy or sell anything unless I post it in my Discord straight after, right? So literally within a minute, I post it straight after in the Discord. And you can see the leverage trades we're taking, and obviously chat with me, chat with the community in our chat sections. VIP is a little bit faster. We have a VIP section here. If you want to join VIP, that's also on the Patreon. Where I aim to get back to every comment as soon as possible. Otherwise, you'll probably end up in recruits, which is where most of us are chatting every day, looking for chat. We've also got like Pokemon talks. We're collecting Pokemon cards. We think they're going to do really well over the next 5 to 10 years, especially tangible assets as we're going into a digital world. People are going to value tangible assets, I believe, more and more as time goes on. And I think they're going to absolutely moon rocket. And they're getting older and older, right? They're getting more classic and older and older. So yeah, really good chats in there if you want to join us and get involved. Don't forget, guys, none of the information in this video is financial advice. Do your own research. Investing in crypto, investing in stocks, anything is highly risky, and you can lose all of your money investing in anything. I'm not a financial advisor, so always do your own research. If you enjoyed the video, or you've got any comments on what we talked about, if you want me to do deeper dive videos on stuff, let me know in the comments what you want me to do videos on. I will try and do those for you. And if you're watching for free on YouTube, I don't get any money from YouTube, so I'd appreciate it if you just like, comment, subscribe to help the algorithm so we can reach out to more people. That's it for now, guys. Until then, I will catch you in the next one.